Yo, what's up everybody? Jumpin here. And today I actually wanted to talk a little bit about this whole YouTube versus the gamers copyright Armageddon, or at least some people are calling it like the end of gameplay footage as we know it. And I want to give my take on it. So in the background here, you're going to be watching a little bit of Dark Souls. I have kind of got back into the game. It's been fun, and I really do love this game. It never gets old. Alrighty, so if you don't know what's going on, recently YouTube has changed their policies again. But this time it's actually directed more to the gameplay commentators, the let's players, and just people in general who make videos about video games. What has been happening is a lot of people are now reporting all of a sudden that they have all these ID claims on their videos. Now, if you don't know what that means, if you get an ID claim, that is a third party. It could be a game developer, it could be a publisher, it could be someone who holds the right to certain music. It doesn't really matter. If you use some of their material in your video and then YouTube detects that, it will have an ID claim. So what will happen next is that all the revenues, all the ad revenue will basically go to them, the holder of that copyright, and YouTube, or really Google. They kind of split it up. But the person who made the video, they get nothing. So yeah, that's pretty bad. And a lot of YouTubers right now are being affected by that, and it sucks for them because depending on how many videos you might have had and how many of those now all of a sudden have ID claims, they're not going to be making any money from those videos. Plus, in the future, a lot of people are now going to be subjected to random reviews of their videos, which is a totally backwards system because it's basically like you're guilty until proven innocent. Same thing as like a DUI checkpoint, total bullshit. I don't know, guys. I mean, this is pretty bad for a lot of people. I definitely feel sorry for some because I know they've been affected by this quite a bit. See, one thing you have to understand about this whole ID claim thing is that a lot of it really is coming from the gameplay music and cutscenes. Because companies generally, I mean, how the hell do you copyright gameplay footage? Because if it's gameplay footage, that can change in so many different ways. Like a movie is pretty simple because a movie is always the same, where gameplay is always different depending on who's playing the game and what they're doing. Now, what these companies can do is they can copyright the music of a game, or they can copyright cutscenes. And I haven't had too many issues with that, but in the past, yes, I've had some ID claims because of either a cutscene or gameplay music. I've even talked about why I keep my music so low in my videos. I'm sure some of you guys might realize that. Generally, when I'm playing a game, the music is turned down pretty low. I know in Mass Effect, when I was doing the trilogy, a lot of people complained about that, saying, "Oh, it totally ruins the moment if the music's so low. It's so weird. Why do you have the music so low?" Well, there was a good reason why I had the music low, and that was because if I had it any higher than what I had it, I was getting ID claimed. And I hated that. I didn't want that. It sucked because I'm putting work into something and I'm not getting anything out of it. I don't know. I mean, that's basically the best way to explain it. And right now there's a lot of people that they didn't really have that problem because of, let's say, their partnership. Now they're having that problem because all those videos that had that music in it are now ID claimed. Same with a lot of these videos with cutscenes in it. I mean, that sucks. And I get it to a certain extent. I mean, the last thing I want is for people to be able to take cutscenes from games and just directly upload those cutscenes to YouTube, slap an ad on there, and make money. It's a quick buck. Anyone could do it. It's like if I was taking a movie or something and just directly uploading it to YouTube. I couldn't do that. And you shouldn't be able to do that with cutscenes and, music. It doesn't make no sense. But unfortunately, when you actually have people out there that are putting work into this, and they're making like an artistic expression by making a Let's Play, or making a review, or a top 10 list, or something, then yes, they should have some fair use out of that, because they're actually doing something. and there's people who are interested in what they're doing and they're watching it, and all the publisher is getting out of it really is people being exposed to their game. Now, if their game is a total piece of shit, maybe people won't buy it. But if it's a great game and the person playing it loves it, then that can really motivate people. Trust me, I know from Mass Effect. And I can definitely vouch for that with Nintendo. There's a lot of hardcore Nintendo fanboys on YouTube who love Nintendo. They praise Nintendo. It's all about Nintendo. And if you watch those videos, they just talk about how much they love Zelda, how much they love Mario, and that everyone should buy Nintendo products, and Nintendo's the best company. I mean, that's the way it is. And unfortunately, if, let's say, Nintendo, which they tried to do in the past, but then they stopped, but trust me, with this new system, they're going to totally take advantage of it again. Where, yes, anything Nintendo is probably going to get ID claimed. And guess what? A lot of those people who make a lot of those Nintendo videos, they're not going to make those videos anymore. And I mean, that just sucks for everyone. It sucks for the viewers, it sucks for the person making the videos, it sucks for Nintendo, although they don't know that because they don't understand how it works. I just personally feel that this is definitely not good for YouTube, it's not good for the content creators out there, and it's definitely not good for the viewers. And let me give you an example. Okay, so you might be wondering, if this continues to happen, where people who make videos of gameplay footage are getting ID claims. You gotta remember, these ID claims are going to be primarily with the music and cutscenes. So, how do you counter that? Well, it's quite simple. You turn off the music. You edit out the cutscenes. You get right around it. There's always a solution, but unfortunately, at what cost? Because you have to understand, especially with like a Let's Play, if there's no music at all, and there's no cutscenes, I don't know, it's not going to be the same. It's not as immersive as it once was. I mean, trust me, most people, they like to watch YouTube videos of people playing video games, not because of the game. It's really because of the personality or the person. And I'm sure that if there was like an epic cutscene where some guy kills another guy and it's like a total plot twist, I'm pretty confident that most of the viewers would want to see that person's reaction to that if they've never played the game before. It would be epic, it would be nice, it would be awesome. So if you take that away, you're taking away from the experience. The same with the music. If it's just totally no music, no nothing. I mean, I've been lucky because I keep my music so low, where I'm not having a lot of ID claims. If I had my music at all higher, trust me, I would be in the same boat as a lot of other people where I had all these videos and they were all ID claimed. Now, one of the funniest things about this whole situation is that there's a lot of developers out there and even some publishers, and they don't even know what's going on because they're not opposed to people monetizing their videos. As long as you put some effort into it and you're making like a Let's Play, a montage, a top 10, a review, you're actually putting some work into it. Like I said before, if you're sitting there and you're uploading cutscenes and ruining the game for people, yeah, that's not cool. But if you're actually putting work into it, they don't care because all it is free advertisement. Let me give you a great example. Let's say there's a new game that just came out and you have a big YouTuber and he's going to do a Let's Play. Episode 1 has like 150,000 views. Episode 2, 100,000 views. Episode 3, 50,000 views. Now, there's a lot of reasons why the views are going down. I would say some people, as the series goes on, they lose interest, maybe. Also, you know, the newer the video, the less views it's going to have, obviously. But really, the way I look at it, especially with those early episodes, what happens is that a lot of people are going to check out episode 1 because they want to see what the game is like. But then, after watching episode 1, they go out and buy the game. So they don't want to watch the rest of the series. Or maybe they want to watch the series, but only after they played the game. Because they don't want it to be spoiled for them. But it helped make them make a decision on buying the game. So the publisher, the developer, they got some money out of that. Now, of course, you could say that there might be some people who would rather watch the game than buy the game. And I'm sure that that does happen, but the reality is that those people who probably watched it and they didn't buy it, they probably were never going to buy it in the first place. So it doesn't really affect anything. But there was a lot of people out there that were a little bit unsure. They watched episode 1 or maybe they watched episode 2 because they weren't even that sure after episode 1. But maybe it was episode 2 that made them say, "Hey, I really want to play this now." Or episode 3. Who knows? But it does happen. It's free advertisement. So everyone benefits from this system, and I don't understand why this is such a big deal. And I've heard some like really crazy stuff lately, like THQ is ID claiming content, although THQ doesn't exist anymore, and they don't actually own the rights to their old stuff. So that's really strange. I really don't know what else to say, but just remember that this is not the end of YouTube and gameplay footage. Trust me. People are always going to figure out ways around it. If they have to turn off the music, they're going to turn off the music. If they have to take out the cutscenes, they'll take them out. So be prepared for that, guys. I mean, it really just depends on what's going to happen in the future. And we don't know that yet. Alright, well, I really hope you have enjoyed this. If you have, will you please like it and favorite it for me? I always appreciate that. But I really do hope you guys have a nice day, and peace out.